them all down and take back the city.
Hi, I'm Jay.
And I'm Mike, and today we're reviewing Crysis 3, the third. We would like to thank GamersGate for providing us this review copy of Crysis 3.
Those guys in G2PO saved 3 kilobytes,
So check that out, link in the underbar. It's like Steam, only there's points. You could, or coins they call them.
Yeah, you collect blue coins every time you download a game. You can use that to next purchase. So it's amazing to do that and actually get something back.
It's a game with games within a game.
It is a game within a game. Guess what? G2PO version 2 is launched.
Yeah.
And holy shit, is it faster and better than the first
It's fatter than snot on glass.
So if you've never been to G2PO, go in the underbar, go to g2po.com. We're on there, a whole bunch of other
great
people are there.
people are on there.
Tony.
My family. So the story is, this takes place 24 years after Crysis 2, and you are, it's a little
confusing. Can you believe that?
No, I believe it. It's a little confusing because you're Prophet again. You're the sole Prophet, but you're in Alcatraz's body. Alcatraz in his nanosuit. And it was stored in like this weird glass case.
Gel.
And Psycho breaks him out. And Psycho's dealing with the fact that he doesn't have a nanosuit anymore and he's depressed.
Pissed.
Where's my suit, motherfucker? They're convinced that the Alpha Ceph exists, which is, well, this big fucking alien that digs up the ground and explodes things. At first, you don't even know that the aliens exist. It's just the cell. You're fighting the cell. You're fighting soldiers.
You're telling me the aliens don't exist?
They exist, and you slowly realize that in the game.
It's really cool setting. Don't get me wrong, I like the setting.
It's in New York, and it's like a jungle now.
Yeah, I just think the story itself is weak.
It's been such a solid franchise. And this one's still good gameplay, but the story just does not add up to the gameplay, unfortunately. Crysis 1 was very open world and sandboxy, and the second was so linear. It's like, go through this street, go through this corridor. So it's kind of a best of both worlds, where it's not completely sandboxy like Crysis 1, but it's not completely linear like Crysis 2. The campaign is awesome, just the gameplay. It's so much fun to use the nanosuit, and you still have those abilities where you can cloak, go invisible, or put on the armor. We're going to PAX East. They didn't change the upgrading of weapons on the fly, which is amazing. Just put on a silencer.
We put it on PC. And it crashed 5 times.
Has anyone experiencing problems on the PC?
The highlights of this game is definitely seeing New York City as a jungle. If you've seen the film I Am Legend, you're in that film basically. I thought the missions were really well done.
Oh yeah, there's moments in this game that remind me of Half-Life 2, where it's like that open world type you're exploring. And there was also this awesome parts where the grass is very tall, which I haven't seen in many games.
Jurassic Park?
It reminded me of Jurassic Park, where the aliens were like the Velociraptor, and you kind of see them weave in and out of the grass, and actually it's very scary, and it's in broad daylight.
People are saying this is not next gen.
I think it looks
spectacular.
Amazing. It's using the Crytek Engine 3, of course, and instead of like the second one, they weren't held back, or they didn't hold back for the console's graphics, so they kind of fully made a PC version for Crysis 3.
So the music is a big part of this series, and part 2 was very famous because Hans Zimmer lent some of his like probably used Batman score. The theme song's not even close to the one that was on part 2.
The theme song, but the main theme's not good, you're right, I agree, but once you keep playing, there is some great music in this.
The problem I feel is that this trilogy is too far apart.
Well, the only focus is the nanosuit. The nanosuit is the weapon. It's not really about, I mean, you could say it's about Prophet or Alcatraz or whatever, but really it's all about the nanosuit. That's what's unique about this game.
To me, it just doesn't blend well between, like, if you go from part 1 all the way to part 3, they're totally two different. No. It's weird.
Now, one, there's so many abilities with the nanosuit. Yeah, that was cool, but they just made it more streamlined, and you're right, it's not very consistent throughout the whole franchise.
No.
If you go from 1 to 3, it is a big change. Now, he's facing the problem where it's part alien tech on his nanosuit.
Yeah.
And it's growing into him.
I do like the idea that you can pick up alien technology and use it now.
Yeah, because
it's like District 9, basically.
Right. Don't you hate when you burn your mouth, you got a little thing hanging on the mouth? I got that right now. I love Crysis 2 multiplayer, and the multiplayer in this is awesome as well. The new mode that I love is Hunter mode, and that's when there's a team of guys that have nanosuits and they're invisible, have the bow and arrow. And then there's a team of cell agents.
It's awesome mode.
Yeah.
You're invisible.
But once you get killed by a guy in a nanosuit,
yeah,
an invisible guy, you're on their team. and you go invisible and get
No!
a bow and arrow. And you're stuck with that bow and arrow. So basically you just have to creep around if you're a guy with a nano suit and just like stealth kill all the people.
And
Which is
it's
so
fun.
much fun. And by the way, I love the bow and arrow in this game.
I gotta be honest, it doesn't fit in.
I think it's cool.
It's a cool weapon.
It's a stealth weapon, and you can have different arrows. They have explosions.
Basically, it's an homage to Rambo, let's be honest.
You can go in there and be Rambo, or you can be all stealth-like. You have that choice. Electrical arrows, you shoot at the water, and if someone's in the water, in the
Yeah,
city,
no,
you
it's
get
awesome.
electrocuted.
There's a lot of cool things that happen in this game. Ah!
Just live up to Crysis.
Yeah, it does
standards.
a little bit. Oh! This is just a really solid franchise since the beginning, but there's holes in it, unfortunately.
I think
as
this is
it
the
goes.
weakest one.
This one kind of feels like they go, okay, here is the character, throw him in a field.
Yeah,
And you're like-
and the characters are cheesy, and the lines are not so great. Voice acting, cheesy again, I found.
We're not gonna do well today. Oh.
And twists and
She's like-
turns that you see a mile away.
But
But
is it-
fantastic gameplay.
It's really good. It's fun.
Fantastic gameplay. So I give Crysis 3 8 out of 10.
Wow!
8 out of 10. I think it's a technological benchmark, and it's a beautiful first-person shooter. I like the art design. I think that's the main plus in this game is the art design.
I give it a negative.
I gave it a plus. 8 out of 10. It's just the story. You need to have a good story to keep me interested. Good gameplay is awesome. And
It's
I
awesome.
will roam around and just do nothing, but at the end of the day I want something solid that I can sink my teeth into. A good story.
I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I don't like it as much as he does. It's such a good game, but there's some of it that's not up to par. Like, for instance, Psycho. I don't like him at all. I know you're not supposed to really fall in love with him in the beginning because of what happens. Like, I understand what they're trying to do, but the fact that I see what they're trying to do doesn't help. I think you could throw anything on this engine and it would be a 9 out of 10. If they worked on
You
the
could
story.
No, you could no.
They can't. No.
The
This
gameplay,
is
art
good.
design,
It's
no.
good.
No,
Yeah.
it's good game. You're
Well, that's my
good.
opinion. I think that any
I don't think it is.
Oh yeah, by the way, I do a vlog now. It's 33 days or something like this, and link in the underbar to it. Check it out. Thanks, man. The fans really like you.
Yeah. Maybe they like you if you get off the fucking internet.
3 kilobytes.